In 1978, I was a junior in high school, and the big group were the Bee Gees, staying alive, uh, uh, uh,
One thing I've really appreciated about Hugo and how his teaching style and how he teaches is that he really shows students what they're capable of if they really set their mind to it and work at it. So that's one thing I really appreciate about Hugo. One of my favorite memories from Hugo and his classes is that Hugo obviously has had some pretty cool life experiences and a lot of experience teaching, so he has some pretty cool stories that he tells. So story time with Hugo is probably my favorite part of his classes.
Well, Hugo is my favorite teacher, and at first he was really challenging. I had heard stories from him from my mom, who was his lab assistant also back in the day, and my sister. So when I got to his class, I immediately knew what they were talking about. And I remember the first week of school, our cross-country team had to take these papers and go around to our professors and have them sign it and give us our projected grade for the semester. And I remember Hugo wrote down a B. And I wasn't used to B's, being a straight A student, and I remember my first thought was, it's on Hugo. But I did follow through. I worked really hard and got a good grade, but oh man, I worked for it. But that is probably why I really appreciate Hugo, is that he really challenges you, but at the same time, he definitely shares his love of biology, or amazing stuff, as he calls it.
One of the things I've really appreciated about having Hugo as a professor is his ability to teach us work ethics, especially academically, and to teach us how to work hard. That'll really help me academically throughout my college career. Also, I've really appreciated how he's been excited about his classes. That really helped me to gain an interest in what he's teaching us.
Last fall, in my first semester here at Heston, I took botany with Hugo. I remember that early on, he sat down with the class and talked about what every freshman can expect in their first year of college. He said that the first 4 weeks of your freshman year would be the most overwhelming period of time in your entire college career, all the way up through postgraduate work. Now, this wasn't exactly what I wanted to hear at the time, but he went on to say that following those first few weeks, you'd start to get the hang of it. And then following that, you'd start to find it a lot of fun. And looking back on it now, I can't tell you how accurate this description was. I'm incredibly grateful to Hugo for encouraging me and preparing me for the rest of my time in college.